March 16, 1941. Midnight. We're in the heart of the North Atlantic, 300 miles southeast of Iceland. A cold, salt spray whips across the conning tower of the German U-boat U-99. Inside, corvetting-caping Otto Kretschmer, one of the most feared submarine commanders of the war, peers through his periscope. His breath fogs the lens in the biting cold. Outside, the ocean is a black, heaving beast under a moonless sky. The only light comes from the faint silhouettes of distant ships on the horizon. Below deck, the submarine's engines thrum with a low, muffled growl as it slices through the water at a stealthy 7 knots. The air in the control room is thick with the smell of diesel fumes, sweat, and palpable tension. The crew, a tight-knit unit, waits in near silence for the command from their captain, a man they call Silent Otto. Kretschmer is a master of his craft. Tonight, there is no radio chatter. He hunts by instinct, running on the surface under the cover of darkness to close the gap on his prey. And there it is, on the horizon, convoy HX-11 stretches out like a herd of oblivious animals. 41 merchant ships lumbering towards Britain, their holds filled with vital supplies, steel, oil, and munitions. Guarding this precious cargo is a thin screen of Allied destroyers. A grim smile forms on Kretschmer's lips. This is the height of what the German U-boat crews called the happy time. They are the wolves of the sea, and they rule these waves, sending thousands of tons of Allied shipping to the bottom of the Atlantic. With a practiced calm, Kretschmer whispers the command, "Torpedoes loss." The boat shudders as to deadly eels streak from the bow tubes, their phosphorescent trails cutting through the black water. Moments later, the night erupts. Orange fireballs bloom against the darkness as the tanker Venetia is ripped apart. Her 5,728 tons of fuel ignite in a hellish blaze, lighting up the sea for miles around. The chaos is absolute. Screams carry across the water as lifeboats are frantically launched, and survivors cling to floating debris amidst the flames. As the Venetia burns, U-99 dives shallow, its hydrophones picking up the frantic pings of the escort ships HMS Walker and Vanok as they race towards the inferno. But Kretschmer is already repositioning. His Type WWII boat is a ghost, a shadow moving unseen in the depths. He's already lining up his next shot. His motto, drilled into his men, is simple and brutal: one torpedo, one ship. In the torpedo room, the crew cheers softly as they reload with mechanical precision, the clank of brass casings, a grim symphony of their deadly work. Another salvo is fired. This time, the Norwegian tanker WWII takes a direct hit. The 8,136-ton ship erupts in a massive secondary explosion, sending shockwaves through the water that rattle the hull of U-99. The attack is working flawlessly. Kretschmer, at just 28 years old, is already a living legend. The Knight's Cross with oak leaves, one of Germany's highest military honors, hangs from his neck. In less than a year, he has sunk over 200,000 tons of shipping. His tactics are ruthless and effective: surface attacks at night, getting in dangerously close before unleashing hell. The Canadian steamer WWII is next. Her hull crumples like tinfoil under the immense pressure of the torpedo's impact, and she quickly slips beneath the waves. But the hunter is now becoming the hunted. The destroyers are closing in. The pings from their ASDIC, or sonar, bounce off U-99's hull, faint at first, like raindrops on a tin roof. Kretschmer orders a hard turn to starboard and a dive to 100 meters. The boat groans and creaks under the immense water pressure, rivets straining as the distant rumble of depth charges echoes through the hull. For now, they are harmless. Kretschmer risks a peek. Back at periscope depth, he sees the convoy scattering in panic, but not fast enough. He spots the British freighter Franche-Comte, already damaged but still afloat. Instead of wasting another precious torpedo, he surfaces. The command is given to man the 88mm deck cannon. Shells whine through the air, impacting the freighter with showers of sparks and smoke. You can almost imagine the exhilaration inside that cramped tube of steel. 40 men bound by iron discipline, their entire world reduced to gauges, valves, and the calm, reassuring voice of their captain. This is the golden era of the wolf packs. Admiral Dinitz's U-boats are waging a campaign of attrition, attempting to starve Britain into submission, one convoy at a time. From the frozen fjords of Norway to the warmer waters of the Azores, they have claimed hundreds of ships. Kretschmer radios the other wolves in his Pack U-100. commanded by another ace, Joachim Schepke, and U-110, with Fritz Julius Lemp at the helm. They coordinate their attacks like a true wolf pack, circling their prey. More explosions light up the night. The Swedish ship Korsum, all 6,673 tons of her, vanishes into a whirlpool. As the first hint of dawn threatens to break on the horizon, U-99 slips away from the carnage. Surfacing to recharge its batteries, the crew allows themselves a brief respite. They smoke cigarettes on the bridge, watching the pillars of black smoke from their victims fade into the graying sky. Victory tastes like salt and diesel oil, but deep in the radio room, a faint signal crackles to life. It's an Allied intercept. They're talking about new bearings, new technology. Kretschmer likely dismisses it. What could they possibly do? The Atlantic is vast, and their detection technology has been primitive. Or so he thinks. As the gray morning light spreads across the waves, the hunt continues. Another shadow appears in the periscope, the Danish ship Firm, a straggler that has fallen behind the main convoy. It's an easy target, torpedoes away, a familiar boom echoes across the water. But something is different now. The ASDIC pings are no longer faint, they're loud, sharp, and terrifyingly close. The silhouette of HMS Bannock grows rapidly larger on the horizon, her bow cutting through the waves, her screws churning the water into a frenzy. Kretschmer gives the only order he can: alarm, dive, dive, dive. U-99 plunges deep, twisting and turning in a desperate attempt to evade its pursuer. Suddenly, the world is torn apart by a series of massive explosions. Depth charges detonate directly overhead, shaking the U-boat like a child's toy. The lights flicker and die, plunging the control room into red emergency lighting. Pipes burst, spraying icy water into the cramped compartments. Men brace themselves against bulkheads, their faces pale with fear. All they can do is hold on, just hold on. The boat levels off at 150 meters, the pressure on the hull immense. Then, an eerie silence descends, broken only by the drip of leaking water and the sound of ragged, labored breaths. Have they escaped? Was this just a close call? Or is this moment the beginning of the end for Silent Otto and the first crack in the seemingly unbreakable reign of the U-boat wolf packs? Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the depths of history. See you next time.